Excellent. I've returned because it is Tuesday. So we are still on the Dark Hunter, because we haven't done one before. And we did play some off stream, so we are level 7. So we don't have anything super special planned for today. We're mostly just going to be headed towards what we would normally do for leveling quests. So the question, of course, is where am I going to put points next? And the answer is I don't know. Maybe I should start in the Dark Hunter tree. Maybe I should start going to Horizon Walker, although that seems relatively ineffective. Like, we just get a couple minor boosts in there, whereas here we can get a dog. And dogs are nice. So I think we're just going to put a point here, because other stuff in this tree isn't stuff that we actually care about yet. Like, 2 points for 1 to hit and damage. Hooray! And we don't really care about that. An elaborate parry, well, I don't really care that much. Like, equal to your dex modifier, which is 10. So it's 10 dodge, and max dex bonus. And right now, yeah, I'm in cloth because I haven't upgraded. So yeah. But we're going to start by actually rerunning some quests I did yesterday. We're just going to do the Stones Run Red, because they're ridiculously good XP, and, well, because I'm not actually chaining them back to back, we do get the first time of the day bonus on them too. So we're going to head over there to the Fire Caves. I'm going to see how fast we can run through this stuff. And then I think we're just going to go to Feywild. I am not on the right goal. Forgot to re-grab the quest. That's the annoying thing about these. They're not like some of the more modern walk-ups that like you get them by walking up. Alright. We're going to do whatever Fire Caves that quest is. I think that means we might be headed to Fire Caves 2. But we will find out.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
And of course we can put a fire resist for the Fire Caves.
Now they are sweltering. The air itself seems on the verge of catching fire.
Oh, and when we leveled, we did push back getting power attack or precision or whatever we're getting in favor of grabbing whirlwind attack. So at least now, despite the fact that we are two-handed fighting, we do have AoE as of level 6. So that's nice for us. And we just don't want Dungeon Alert. That's basically the only reason I will stop to kill anything. Because Dungeon Alert annoys me. I've never been a fan of the run until everything is purple. In fact, if you caught last week's streams, or at least one of them, you would see what happens when you try to fight a red named when purple alert is on. It doesn't go well. But yeah, we are in Fire Caves 2, so we don't need to go all the way up here. We can just drop down. And off we go. It is nice to be on a class that has sprint boost again. And, well, technically you can, as long as you have Falconry, you can get sprint boost on anything. But it is nice to have it innately, just, you're gonna get it. It's tier 2 in a tree. So you just kind of get it. Because you are going to be there anyway, so why not? Why not get the Go Fast button? And the answer is, there's no reason why not to. so you just get
depths
it.
of the caves.
It is also nice that when we hit level 5 and we re-geared, there were a couple different belts that we were considering using, and you might remember us going over them when we were pulling gear out of the bank as soon as we TR'd. And the one we went with is this, Black Dragon Scale Tacet, which, in addition to the Rage, or the Relentless Fury rather, that gives you the 5% just flat damage bonus, it also has a chance to cast haste on you when you kill things. Which is very, very nice, because at this level, I don't believe I have as much attack speed as haste gives you. Now, later on, it doesn't matter as much, but at this level, it does actually make a significant difference in your attack speed. But let's see, we only need to kill 6 more Mephits, so we should be able to do that fairly easily. Like, the worst thing about Whirlwind Attack is the attack animation is a pretty long delay. Like, you hit it and then a little while later it goes off. Which is why you may have noticed that I'm hitting it before I get to things. Because it's a timing thing. If you hit it too soon, if you wait until you get to things to hit it, if you're just running past, you'll miss entirely. It's just the ability will go off after you have already run past them. If you want it to hit them, you need to time it so you hit it before you get there. But yeah, still not terrible, but we're going to head over to Feywild anyway, because, you know, we didn't do it last life, so might as well revisit it. And also, unlike last life, where we were doing esoteric quests and kind of taking our time wandering around, this time we will open parties. So, you know, if you are in this level range and you wanted to come to Feywild, you can do so. Because we are on Cannith, of course, so you'd have to be on the right server, but besides that, no reason not to. What do we get? Experience and platinum pieces. Alright, take me back to the harbor. And we'll go off to Feywild. Let's see. That didn't give us another point, so we'll just drop that there. And off we go. Feywild and Isle of Dread. Venture into the Feywild, yes we will. And then we have a long run to do. Oh, we'll get some extra exploration XP by stopping by the chessboard.
Spot a pattern in the wind-swept meadow. A living chessboard formed from the greenery itself.
Excellent. And off we go to grab our quests and start Feywild. Didn't see any rare spawns on the way, but that is okay.
Greenwood Hall,
It's not really that important in Heroic anyway.
and the local center of the summer court.
Come on, give me the quest. Thank you. off we go. So many other quests to grab. We're gonna end with the first one, because that way we don't have to backtrack or anything. All right, and public. You know,
You awake from your
I often
unexpected
consider whether or
sleep.
not I should put
At
my
first,
Twitch link
things
in.
seem as before. You're still at Winwood Hall.
I
And
feel like
Melody is
it's-
still standing beside the bed. Then you
Gauche is one of
realize that
those,
Lord Arden is
like,
missing, and so are the
20
flower
big
and the
words
loot
that,
you need
like,
for the ritual.
seem like they're supposed to make you sound fancier than they actually do, but like,
Lord Arden's true name?
it's awkward, you know,
But it's for me to know and
which is somewhat of an issue for me with streaming in general, because I don't really like to be like, hey, look at me. But if you're on stream, then you innately do kind of want people to look at you. So
She cackles as she
you can see my predicament.
You see creatures milling around near the gate to Winwood Hall.
Yay, we got haste.
Then you
Only
notice
lasts
that
30
things
seconds,
seem
but better than nothing.
This isn't the Feywild. You are trapped inside a dream. You approach a shadowy form.
We
that
do want to
appears
kill
to be Lord
the
Arden,
spell
with a
singers.
note, with a worried
And then we get to go fight
expression on his
bears.
face. The figure doesn't notice your presence. Inside the magically sealed gazebo.
Oh, and plague reapers.
floats the frosted cerise for the ritual. Three
Now,
bears rest
now,
outside.
earlier I did complain about the bad thing about Whirlwind Attack being its long wind-up time. But the good thing about it
You've recovered the frosted cerise
is that
for the
it's
ritual.
not 103. It covers 100% of the space around you, aka it is 360 degrees. So you don't need to worry about which way you're facing when you do it, which is nice. It feels like I have something in my teeth. But yes, we are back in the Feywild.
You spot movement underneath the bridge. Moving
Hello, troll.
closer, You see a nasty.
Oh, I seem to have pulled an extra
guarding
group.
the missing loot. Bits of troll and drops of its blood splash into the river. as
You
the
know,
battle
I was just
progresses.
saying like how I don't really need elaborate parry, but it would be nice for situations like this. Because it's not like it costs anything to use, it's just a cooldown. I am also thinking that I should probably prep a heal
You've
spell,
recovered Hearsom's loot for the ritual.
but
You've recovered
we're doing
both the
okay
loot
so far
and the
without a heal
frosted
spell.
cerise.
And
Now,
I guess
where
in
is Melody
theory,
hidden
well, I don't have enough UMB for heal
You notice a
scrolls,
path
obviously,
of
but
magical energy streaming
enjoy running
from a
high
distant
XP quests
corner.
again? Well, there were some that ended up being higher XP than expected last life, but yeah, it's been a return to familiarity, at least. I think that's the bigger part than necessarily the faster XP, is that I kind of know what I'm doing again, which is nice.
You approach the portal grove, but a pixie flutters into your path.
she said to make sure you didn't make it to her. I won't let you get near them. I won't let it wake up.
Okay, we're on the
The
time.
pixie smirks.
You won't get past my friends and me. So long as they are alive,
Alright.
their devotion will sustain me
There we go.
eternally.
A portal opens as the pixie collapses. In his last moments, he says,
You haven't won yet. You still need the true me.
There we go.
you exit the portal and find yourself
And now we
in a
have the
strange,
whole-
empty void. Yet that appears to be Lord Arden's
The voiceover
resting
can't
place
keep
ahead.
track.
Between you and Lord Arden stands Cadence the Hag. She must have been disguised as Melody. the
Just like,
Advocate
oh,
the
you need to
entire
do this. It's like, yeah, I did that like a minute ago.
Thrice damned adventurers never know when to quit. I should have seen that you can't trust a pixie to do a hag's work.
Cadence finishes her conjuration. Slimes emanating a frigid
There we go.
mist suddenly
13k
appear
in
nearby.
4 minutes. Very nice.
You killed my sister, so cauldron leftovers. I wouldn't go
Unfortunately, we
anywhere near
don't
the
have
place
good
they
socials
are.
this life, so we're just gonna have to fight a bunch of red caps in the next
Good
quest,
this time.
which is fine. It's no big deal, but it is slower.
Tries to surrender.
All right. That's enough. You need what I have. So then, let's make a deal.
You've
But
reluctantly
yeah, we're gonna do
decided to
Feywild,
relocate
and we're
us
gonna
to
do the House K 5s and 6s, I think.
Lord Arden's true name.
And I don't know what
Lay out
else.
the ingredients for
That
the
might be
ritual
it.
and repeat the
Depends on how
steps
long
to
it takes
reverse
us.
the curse. First,
Because we already did
lay the
Depths, and we already did
grind
Three
up the
Barrel Cove.
flower's roots.
So,
Last, burn the
as for
roots
5s and
along with
6s, it's
Lord
just House K
Arden's
rep
true name.
plus
Play
the
a brief
plus Feywild.
melody on Hearsom's lute. You mash the
And that
flower's
should be
roots
enough to get us
with little
to
effort.
just running
You
Dread.
set a small
Although I'm not
cage,
sure this build
then
is going to have a
drop
fun
the
time in
crushed
Dread,
roots and Lord Arden's
because it's
true
still not
name
great
into it,
on the
completing the ritual. As the
on the
smoke
AoE
rises,
front.
Lord Arden's eyes open. He springs out of the bed.
Ah, go
Lord
figure.
Arden thanks you
It
for
does work.
awakening him from this curse. He urges you to speak with him back at Winwood Hall in the waking world. A motley group of redcaps guards the gate ahead. It's strange that
Okay.
a noble of the summer court would retain those violent,
I didn't expect to succeed on those
creatures
bluff
as
checks, but I'll
servants.
take it.
A curious tree stands here by itself.
What can I do
A
for you,
single,
Outlander?
brilliantly red apple hangs from one of its branches.
can I do for
With a
you,
quiver of excitement, the
My
tree
Alright.
drops
I don't know
its
why you have to exit out. It's not like some other NPCs that
seems
if you talk to them with the item, they
deserted.
already
Tower
update.
looms ahead.
But this one's like, no, you have to talk to her, say you'll get it, and
Has
then
requested
talk
that
to
you
her
find
again.
A snack. A frivolous request, it seems. Yet, in the Feywild, small promises
Stone.
may have strange consequences. This storehouse is occupied by a very energetic chest. It gapes at you with a big, toothy grin and
Alright.
speaks.
Please provide me with one Eladrin nobleman. Thank you.
I am Riddlelock. Come,
Got it.
let us talk.
Off we go. 2 down, 1 to go. And we will see what we can see.
A gnome
Alright,
cowers
can
at
we
the
make
back of
this social
smithy,
skill?
surrounded by menacing redcaps. Your instincts tell you he won't have long to live.
Alright,
unless
this
you
cap.
intervene.
Did not believe my bluff. And they hurt a lot. But it's fine. That's 3. Wow, that negative damage over time hurts a lot. It's like ticking for 10. Ah, never mind. I forgot. We have the Reaper bug heal. When we go in and out, we get healed because Reaper points. So we get healed to full. So that's nice. And I know I'm not going to have enough socials to pass the diplomacy check in here. It is like actually
As
high.
you reach for the door, a swirling torrent of snowflakes envelops you. Yet
But it's
you aren't
fine. It's no
harmed.
big deal.
You don't even feel cold. A peculiar dog guards this door, all by itself. Or so it seems.
We get rid of the blink dogs. Okay.
Eladrin guards wearing the garb of the summer court.
Attempts a
wait for your
social
swing.
skill.
One
Diplomacy.
of them holds up a hand to hail you.
Fight to subdue.
Strangers, I would parley
Now,
before
I'm
we
pretty sure
come
you
to
don't
this.
actually have
You
to
may
fight
step
here.
forward in safety to speak.
Like, I think that if you have high enough evasion and stuff, you can just open the doors. It's not a case where the doors are locked until you kill them. You can just try to open the doors. And you can fall off a staircase if you're not careful. I will double check if that is true, but I believe that it is true. We'll test on this one. Yeah. There we go. Mark of Law? It's like... force damage on hit. That's not very nice. We didn't kill all of them. I think there's still some archers back there chasing us, but
More
it's
red
good enough.
caps.
This one,
look
these I
like
think you
they
do
had
have to
fresh
kill.
blood on their
Yeah,
weapons.
you do
Most
have to
of
kill
these
the red
Ladrin
caps.
appear to be victims of the red caps. Whoever
Which is
this
unfortunate,
was
because it would be nice to be able to,
desperate
like,
now.
start the talking, and then you could, you know, kill the red caps while you're waiting for the RP to play out. But we'll take it.
You have reached the top of the tower, where a regal Eladrin silently awaits your approach. He appears to be alone.
Alright, now we just have to wait for them to talk for a while.
Yes, you fool, I'm still here. But your precious Greymoss is dead, trusting idiot. Who told you the Prince of Frost wanted you dead, Me? Who said these Outlander dotes were his tools? Yeah, me. But it was you who was supposed to die willingly on their plates as a distraction while I do Hirsam's bidding. But no, guess I just have to kill you all myself now.
You will just have to kill me yourself.
The hag's form splits into several mirror images. You'll need to watch
Not that one.
closely to see which one is the real.
This one.
Think again. Nope.
Wait, not that one. Where did the real one go? This one? There it is. Now, if you don't know how to tell which one is the real one,
Screeching to the last. After a
the real
moment,
one
the Viscount
is the one
rises
that
to
doesn't
his
flash green when you hit him.
Who was that? What's going on?
I don't know a way besides hitting them to see which one is fake. They might just flash green randomly as well, but the one that doesn't change colors when you hit them is the real one. The others are the fakes. It's a rough fight to do because of all the force damage. Not so much R1 heroic while leveling, but, you know, on higher difficulties. A lot of people, well, I don't know if it's correct to say a lot of people, but at least some people carry scrolls of, let's see, Field of Invulnerability? I forget the exact name of the spell. Globe of Invulnerability? I think it's Globe of Invulnerability. Just for that quest, because it'll block the force projectiles. Even if it, like, dispels all your level 1 buffs, it's, like, worth it, because they hurt a lot on higher difficulties. Alright, Plague Reaper down. Alright. There we go.
A satyr calls to you as you
I don't
enter the
think we
courtyard.
need to talk to this guy before we go, but I do anyway out of habit. I'm pretty sure you can just do the entire quest before you talk to him and then come back. But I don't remember that for sure, so...
Get to pour one out for our dear host, to Lord Arden.
May his slumbers be peaceful. The lush collection of potted plants suggests that this room is
There we
the
go.
conservatory. A note next to the
Kind of
sack
just smack
seeds
things as we
reads,
walk by, if we can.
Keep away from sunlight and damp soil.
Keep our dungeon alert down as much as possible. Okay. Displacer beasts have very high hits, so we were unable to open the door, and now we are forced to kill things. Which is unfortunate, but we're at least pretty good at killing things. Not that good at killing AoE things, because we're just not that kind of build, but... Now, what I should have done was the correct thing to do there for speed is to not open the door. The correct thing to do would be to attempt to target the key through the door to see if it's there or not, and only bother going through if the key is there. Oh, that hurt. Oh, look, a
This
key.
large key is labeled Spring House. It seems someone was trying to hide it.
So it's like I'm sitting here worried about getting messed up by the Displacer Beast. Meanwhile, the pixies are casting like 6-second stuns on me and hitting me with magic missiles. So clearly I was looking in the wrong place.
It's surprising to find a large, well-stocked library in a house given over to an endless party.
Alright, we're going
It's even more
to
surprising to
resist
find a
energy
Sphinx
cold.
sitting in the middle of it.
Grab the sign. I don't know how much of this is actually required, because a lot of this stuff is tagged as optional, but
Water gushes up from the ground in one corner of the
then
room,
it seems like it's
forming a
not.
large pool. This must be the cascading spring the house is named after. This large barrel is marked
Okay,
flashing
here we go. Kill you, kill
large
you.
letters.
All that.
Even larger letters below are the words "Keep away from open flame."
Here we go.
Towering weeds spring
At
up in
least,
distance
even though we
cast
don't
magic
have
seeds
good
on the
clear
ground.
speed as far as
The
AoE
twisting
damage is
brambles
concerned,
suck up
we
every
do
drop of
have
water nearby.
very
The
solid
cascading
move speed
springs
because we have
dry
sprint
as
boost.
a bone.
So, at least we have that. Oh, wait, here. We'll do that.
The careless satyr swings his torch too close to the powder keg, which explodes in a shower of sparks. The partygoers turn to gawk at the spectacle. It's a simple task to remove the sign.
Okay.
The satyrs are still distracted by the recent fireworks. You deftly
got full
replace
stacks
the
of
pottage
Growing
sign with the
Storm.
sign from the library. Seething with anger, the master of the revels reluctantly agrees
There we go.
to leave.
Another nice 13k in 4 minutes.
True. We'll leave. But
Alright, did we get anything good on our necklace?
The deal says we can't rip you to
Nope,
shreds
just a standard
on our
one.
way out.
the rebels
Yeah,
have
so we already have
finally
one, so that's
ended,
vendor food, but
not in the way the satyrs expected.
still. At least, unlike some other quests, and especially some of the ones we were running last life, there is a chance that I'll get, like, Mythic or Reaper bonuses on some of the gear in here that could upgrade stuff in my stash. Or stuff that I'm wearing, for that matter. But the odds aren't great. Just because I've run them a bunch of times, so I already have most of the things that I could get. We'll see if I can land trips in here.
You enter the grove the villager told you about and spot a small encampment in the distance.
Well met, travelers.
A hearty voice calls as you approach.
Are you
Let's
here
see,
to
I think we're
help
gonna
us
get
slay the great
Raven
beast?
Monster Manual XP here. There we go, Relentless Fury proc. Haste proc, maybe? Alright, kill them so that she moves. Otherwise I wouldn't bother, but you know, we want the NPC to come here.
There it sits, menacingly.
The knight whispers to you.
Talk to me about a plan. Well, if you don't believe me, I'll show you.
She says.
Alright, so the first one should spawn
To your
here.
surprise, spindly legs rise from the dirt, and the windmill lurches forward. Creatures spring up around you, rushing to defend the
Oh,
windmill. The
I
strange
did that
gemstone
wrong.
seems to be
So
protecting
now
this
it's
creature from
aggroed
spells
on
and
her,
weapons.
which makes it more difficult.
The windmill seems undaunted by your weapons and spells.
Alright, will you chase me now? Oh, is that close enough? Hopefully?
The gemstone
Yes.
cracks, and the windmill
I think the second one is over
shudders.
here. Well, the second spawn of things is over here. Not the second gem, though. Alright, air elementals. Alright, that's not... Oh, here we go. Alright, tripped. We won't stand under it. This is
A creature
fine.
sporting an unusual gemstone seems to be avoiding you. Another gemstone cracks, and the windmill shakes.
Oh no, that's a crown. I think the third gemstone one spawns over here as well, right? Is it? It is harder to see with the giant windmill in my face. Or does it spawn on the other side of this ridge? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Just gliding around. I do like that you can crowd control it with, like, Trip, so that you don't need to try to body block it. But, you know, if you don't have crowd control like Trip, you can body block it. Like, if you get enough people in front of it, it will struggle to move around you.
Seems to have left it.
We could do the optional here, but we're going to choose not to.
The old knight says.
Still, you came to my aid in the end. You've earned a reward.
Well, I don't think that we're going to overcap here, since,
Me if you'd like to
well,
a little further.
we are not even eligible to take 8, so we have like a full level's worth to go through. So that's good. I don't know what I skipped to make me like that far behind. I guess I didn't do as many 3s as I might normally do, since I didn't do anything in Salt Marsh. Like, that would be a big difference. I often run Salt Marsh. And I also didn't run that many 4s. Like, I ran Sharn Syndicate, and that's like about it. And like 2 of the depths, of course, are level 4. But there aren't that many 4s in general. Oh yeah, 2 of the waterworks are 4s as well. I always forget those are, because I run them all at once with the 3s. Oh, and I did hit Freshen as well, that's right.
Ahead lies Bitterspine Palace, home to the Baron and Baroness.
Oh, that's right, the new quests are level
in one of
4.
the many holdings.
I forget if they were really good XP. You know, one thing is that I wouldn't know if they were good XP or not, because last time I did them, I was running them for the first time. Which means that on a, like, experience per minute basis, they are in fact quite bad. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was wandering around, and I was exploring and, like, actually reading things and all that. So, that's not really the environment to test how efficient something is, because efficiency was not the goal last time I was there.
As the Archfey points a finger toward you.
Alright. We're gonna put these buff, and we'll put a resist cold up.
If I may, my prince, says the Baroness, a connection in the summer court
Lie.
sent word of the Outlanders' arrival. I have granted them an audience with me. I assure you, they will not disturb the ball. You're told that Osha loathes extravagant
Okay.
parties such as this one. He's likely to be avoiding the crowd somewhere. Perhaps
Okay, one of these guys just decided to hit me for 44, so that's a thing.
anyone into the treasure vault.
Fortunately,
However, you're able to persuade the goblin to unlock
we
the door
stepped
for you.
through.
Water elementals flood out of the treasure vault to
And look,
confront the
because we went through a teleporter, just like this door is also a teleporter, we're getting healed a bunch, because we're in Reaper and it likes to heal you for that. It is annoying that that spell doesn't give you the buff if you miss. I noticed that when I was last playing, because I was treating it as a normal buff, and I was trying to hit it before I would go into groups of guys, and I wasn't getting the buff. But the Growing Storm is in fact a melee attack, and you don't get the gradual buildup of damage buff that comes with it unless you hit something with it. And we do mean hit. That last pack of mobs that we fought, I rolled a 1. And that misses, and it does not count.
From following Osha outside.
Huh.
The court advisor
Diplomacy
stares
worked.
off into
Go
the
figure.
distance. At the sound of your footsteps, he jolts, turns around, and lets out a dejected sigh. Osha hands you a
There we
key.
go, sprint boost.
He tells you that the frosted cerise flower can be found in the center of the Aurora Garden, but warns you not to let the true nature of your visit become gossip fodder for the other guests.
It is easy to gather your party when it's a party of one, though.
Garden. A peculiar patch of grass grows in its center, along with a flower that emanates a magical, chilly aura.
This reminds me, I have not grabbed my footprints this life. And the reason it reminds me is, of course, because of the snow. And the red footprints really stand out on the snow.
For a moment, and unexpectedly, a shockwave rocks the
This
palace.
is a note, if you're running this at higher level and you have Dimension Door, if you don't jump up
To
there
your surprise, the
and
is now
you
covered in
don't
twisting
break the ice
vines of
there,
familiar
then you
flowers.
can't get in from the top floor later. And you'll have to go around the base again. So, if you want to get in there later, even if you have Dimension Door, you still have to climb the thing so that you can get in from the top of the stairs later.
Lady Lazuli informs you that there were only 2 Eladrin nobles she didn't recognize in attendance tonight.
There we go.
She knows who can tell you more. Sir Snowdrift, the resident social butterfly of the Prince of Frost's court. Sir Snowdrift,
Snowdrift,
tells you that
talk to
Lord Beryl
him.
was last
Now we
seen
go
sneaking off to the kitchen in search of a fresh
down
bottle
into
of
the
wine.
kitchens. I don't think we need to go through that door. Oh, Plague Reaper spawned. And a Plague Reaper died. Now we got one more set of guys in here. Come on. Come on. There we go. And I think we don't need a social check for him. We just straight up talk to him.
Lord
Yeah,
Beryl says that
just
Dame
talk.
Allegra has gone to explore the Prince of Frost's quarters. Speaking with her is the next step in solving this plant puzzle.
And we're not going to do the optional, even though the optional here does, unlike many, drop named loot. I'm not really hunting the loot that much, so it's not a big concern for me. But if you are looking for Feywild gear, whether it's heroic Feywild gear or legendary,
A group of palace
the
guards
optional
stand at attention
through this door where you fight the giant
after
drops
defeating
named loot.
Eldritch Winter.
So it is a good source. If you have something from this quest that you want, you can get 2 chances at it instead of just the 1.
An Eladrin noble stands at the base of the stairs that lead to the Prince of Frost's quarters. This must be Dame
So
Allegra,
if you haven't
the
opened this
mysterious
route,
newcomer you're looking
you
for.
would like
Dame
turn
Allegra
around,
saw
leave,
hooded
and you'd have to come in from the
strangers
sides.
planted
You have to
cerise
fight
in
some
the
guys on the way, but because we broke the
It's
ice
a
earlier,
flower there, so
we can
she help
teleport,
you search for clues about the
go
culprit.
straight in.
You notice a bizarre painting depicting the Wintertide Ballroom. To your surprise, you're able to step through it and into the ballroom itself. Dame Allegra stands in the center.
Go,
of the
we got our
garden.
shift up.
She lets out a low chuckle.
How did you like my little prank? It was
And she's gone.
riling up that gloomy prince. Always entertains my master here, some.
Allegra transforms. before
Alright, there we
your eyes.
go. Once again, thankful to have Whirlwind attack.
The knight who caused such trouble for the gatekeepers
Okay.
back in Storm Reach.
Take the Frosted
Happy
Cerise
to
again.
see me, dearie. Good. It'll be
And the
for
stairs come
last
back, which I think is still faster than running around the base.
Mittens pants.
It might not be since I have sprint
think
boost,
that's
but
enough
we'll find
talking
out.
For one day. I'll let my pretty petals finish you off.
With a mad cackle, she vanishes. In her
Boom.
place, a shambling mound rises to attack. A mass of
There we
flowers
go.
and vines crumbles into ash. Yet it
All
leaves
right,
behind
and we
one
are able
last
to level.
frosted cerise flower.
And we still have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Feywild quests left, actually. That's actually quite a bit.
Return to the Baroness.
This one is way faster with a group, but we don't have a group, so we're gonna do it as best we can.
Tells you he is in your debt for thwarting the Night Hag's scheme.
And he's gonna talk at us for a while.
Frosted Cerise, you're one step closer to
Let's see.
Lord Arden.
The Prince
We'll
of
put up with
Frost
this cold,
glowers
because
down
why
at you.
not?
Yes? Why have you come here? Out with it!
The Prince of Frost chuckles.
So, let's see.
But his eyes
What do I
remain
have ranks in as far as skills go?
cold down at you.
You come asking for favors?
I have ranks in heal.
and you
We can use that on the
appeal
Griffin.
by your very presence? Not many would dare to overstep so cavalierly. But as I feel numb with tedium, I will allow it.
Okay.
Perform the 3 tasks I have set for you.
So, we're gonna get good use out of sprint boost here,
Request.
because there's gonna be a lot of
Prince
running
of
around.
Frost waves his hand, and a trio of portals open nearby.
Go, and be quick about it. Each second you stand
Oh,
here
heal.
is a second of my patience being siphoned
Alright,
away.
that's one down.
You've arrived at Rhyme's Refrain.
We are not going to do the optional. The hunters are going to end up killing the griffins
He
and their
demands
nests.
that you remove the
And
griffins
that's
that seem to
unfortunate
have
for
made
them,
their
but
home inside the
that's just how life goes
amphitheater. A number
sometimes.
of griffins are perched
Sometimes
throughout the
hunters come to your
amphitheater.
house and
They
kill
look
you.
at you apprehensively, but
I don't
no
make the
move to
rules.
attack.
That's just how life
You
works.
skillfully tend to the griffin's wounds. In time, the griffins will be able to return to their usual lairs. The amphitheater can now return to regular use. That takes care of one favor for the Prince of Frost. The tramp of approaching boots echoes through the amphitheater. Then a vicious voice calls out,
The ones who bring me the matriarch's head gets an extra share of gold!
Okay, so we're just gonna
Hunters have
unlock
caught up to
all
the
of these
injured
people.
matriarch, but she is in no condition to fly. An injured guard calls out to you.
You there?
Hi.
You
What?
have the look of an adventurer. The villagers have been captured.
Intimidate
and
worked?
dragged off by
Oh,
those
I rolled a
brutish
19.
Fomorians.
That'll do.
I'm in no shape to do anything about it. Rescue them, please. I beg of you.
You overhear an argument between the Fomorians. Perhaps there's some way to take advantage of this strike? Lurtz considers your words, then gives a single nod. He begins
Okay.
heading towards where he last
We don't need to worry too much about optimizing this here.
Lurtz looks you
Like, in theory, it is safest to let them beat on each other for a while.
Keep all the captives for myself.
But we don't really care about exactly what is safe because we're
Fomorians have
gonna be going through teleporters that heal us. So there we go. Also, we didn't take that much damage in the first place, and because we're over level 5, we actually get decent healing from the past life regeneration now. You just saw that I got 3 ticks of 15. So 45 healing per minute isn't amazing, but when you couple it with the fact that I'm not taking that much damage, it works out pretty well.
You find yourself inside the base held by the rebel bandits. The Prince of Frost wants you to retrieve a wine chalice that they stole. The bandits said something about needing to
Alright,
get
and now
control
we
of
get
the
to see
sentries
how
to
lucky
wake
we can
everyone up.
get
It may
on
be possible to sneak
finding
past
the
the
runes.
sentries and through the sleeping bandits without needing to fight.
Come on. Rather unlucky on the timing of these guys. Okay, no luck there. Oh, yep, there's one. That's pretty lucky. Alright, let's see what we can do. Even going into these to check the runes, I'm apparently still ahead of schedule as far as the patrol's movements are concerned. So we're going to run over to the other side and see if we can get things there, because, well, we have sprint boost, so it's just as quick In fact, it's quicker than just standing there waiting for the patrol to move. And of course, some of these are better than others about showing you whether the rune is there as you open the door. Okay. So we still need...
The werewolf sentry stops, sniffs
Oh,
carefully,
and never mind.
then looks directly at you and howls. Now the
Looks
sounds
like we're
of
fighting the rest of the way through.
can be heard throughout the cavern.
Which is a shame, because this has the last rune in it. But it's fine. Oh, stupid crab. I really should grab myself a shield wand.
Paging through this well-worn journal, you learn that the bandit captain has a private
All right.
stash of treasure hidden somewhere in the caverns.
So we can return to the Prince of Frost. We don't need to kill any of
This
this.
is the missing wine chalice that the Prince of Frost requested.
And
Now that you've done these 3 favors for the Prince of Frost, perhaps he'll
There we
return
go.
one. To once again even the scales. the
excellent.
Prince of Frost
So not
agrees
bad,
to
6
lend
minutes,
you his
even doing
powers
all
in
of them
reaching
myself.
Pearsom's fortress.
But we
You
are
can now
up against an
proceed with
ad
the final
break,
part of your
so
plan,
we're going to hit that
trading
real quick
Pearsom's needle
before we start the
for
next
codex
quest.
pages.
As always, we do not run the quests while ads are playing. We take a break all together, so you don't miss anything, and people who want to watch the stream don't get pre-rolls. And that's why we do it, because if I don't run ads, then Twitch will run ads anyway, and also they'll run ads when people click on the stream. So I will see you all in 2.5 minutes on the other side of this ad break. And we have returned. As promised, we are right here
Our head lies
in the
bitter
Feywild where we left off.
home to the Baron and
I got a
Baroness
nice
Bittersweet,
snack
in one of the many holdings
while we waited,
of the Prince.
and we can move on. And Bezos gets his pound of flesh. So, that's just how that works.
No
Unfortunate,
drifts
but
into
it
the
is
open
how things
gateway
are.
of the abandoned lodge.
And once again, we
You've
get
got
to
here, Sam.
break some
Prince
stuff
Satis
while
to the
we
gate.
wait for people to talk about things.
Again, Bear.
We'll put up
I say
our damage buffs, but we're also going to put up resist acid, because things in here cast acid dots that are annoying. And this is yet another quest that is
you don't seem very
much faster if you can split the
As
party,
it happens,
but
I'm about to have a very
we're not going
meeting.
to be able to do that, so we're just going to have to get all 3 pieces all by ourselves,
We'll need some guards.
which is not too big of a
Reliable
concern
guards, not a
because,
grumpy old
well,
flea
it's
bag
not actually that
like
difficult.
yourself.
It just takes a little bit more time.
Let's see. Yes, that should do it. Don't bother to get up, Bear. I wouldn't want to interrupt your busy schedule.
There we go.
The bear looks up at you. He's known you were there all along.
You might as well come in.
He grumbles
Hello.
as he opens the gate. The bear agrees to help you find the Baron, but first you must bring him 3 items.
Oh, 200. Trying to think, like, there are places that we're going to get healed in here when we're doing some of the other pieces. Where's the Dryad? Nymph. Sorry, not Dryad. Because the Nymphs are the ones that cast the really annoying spells. Oh, right. And I keep forgetting that because I'm wearing cloth, it gets damaged very easily. Or maybe it's just this particular robe because it's level 1 or something. But it takes damage a lot. There's a good chance that it breaks because I didn't repair.
The gnome baker tells you that he doesn't have any owlbear butter. A gingerbread golem that he created has run off with his entire supply, along with a collection of delectable custard-filled cakes.
Sugar and butter and flour too.
Alright, so you don't actually have to step on the cakes in order to get him to keep moving. You just need to be relatively nearby. But if you, like, just stand on the other side of the room, he won't keep moving. Which is why we have to chase him around a little bit. He's gonna make a whole friend army.
I'm going to make a whole friend army.
All that's left of
Got
the
him.
gingerbread golem is a huge
And now we get to
pile of
sprint to the
crumbs.
next one.
Amid his remains, you find a large pot of owlbear butter. The portal flickers to life, and a dark
We're going to
figure
leave the
steps
tree
through.
for last, because that's the one that heals us.
I have come as you requested.
And because it's the one that heals us,
Obtain the codex pages.
we'll save it for when I think we need healing the most.
Naturally. No, it doesn't do it. The Martels
Wait, there's the nymph.
gave my hand
There's the enveloping swarm.
once I was concealed by the enchantment. I was able to
Fortunately, she was not a champion, so it didn't hurt too badly, but
none.
still not great.
Let us be done with this. Hand over the pages.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are 2 sides to this deal. And how can I be sure that you'll deliver what you've promised?
So the thing is, I'm not going to bother with disarming the traps in here because they're kind of bugged. Not with, like, the spiders. The spiders aren't bugged. But it's apparently a thing that happens in several different quests, and the common theme is quests that have, like, temporary traps or traps that get created in this case, it's the cakes that the gingerbread golem does. They mess with the count of traps, and you just end up not getting a trapping bonus. It took a bit to figure that out, and I'm not really the one who figured it out, but, you know, I don't need to be the one to figure things out, just so long as they get figured out. Is he immune to lightning? Why was he not taking damage from our lightning imbue? Very odd. So yes, we're just gonna bypass all of these traps by jumping over them in the traditional way for non-trappers to do it, even though we can trap on this life. But, alright. 2 down, 1 to go. Now we just have to go get the sap from the tree. Let's see. And we are going to run out of sprint boosts, but that's fine. This will get us there. And then we'll have one more in order to get us to where we want to go at the end.
Return it! What it was, Thor the Eladrin littered it with carts and palaces.
There we go. And the lion's got a lot of extra health, so we're not going to bother killing it. We're just going to go past it.
By the pure hand of nature.
You open the door and step into the massive sky oak, only to find yourself plummeting downward.
Yes, I plummeted downward.
You needn't worry about it.
It's weird that it's like, you're plummeting downward, and it's like, you give automatic feather falling in that section. What plummeting are you talking about?
All you need to do is open the door. Nature will flee forth like a flood.
Why are you all ranged? Oh, there's a Fear Reaper over here that I did not see. I was gonna run up to the ranged guys so I could whirlwind attack them, but then it was like, oh, never mind, there's a Fear Reaper behind them. Maybe that is the priority target that we should be looking at. Okay. Now, can we be done with this? Thank you. Okay. And our buffs are wearing off, but that is fine. That does not bother us in the slightest. We do want to turn these around this way so that they don't trigger the red tiles. Red is bad in this case. And we just need to get this to come down there, which means this needs to be facing up. This needs to do this. This comes down. This is not actually the only way to solve this puzzle, by the way. You can, like, do it this way as well. But not everything can be so perfect. I think that's it. Did I miss a piece? I did not.
A drop of sky oak sap seeps out of the massive tree. You pick up the sticky sap. What could the bear possibly want with
Last
this?
sprint boost. Because, well, you get to use at least half of it.
With the branch out of the way, a strong current of air blows
And
up
even though it's blacked out,
inside the tree.
you can run in this section if you look at your mini-map, because your mini-map is not blind, even though you are. So, despite the fact that they put a phase transition there, there isn't like a stun, or you don't have to actually wait for it. Now, obviously, if we were low on health or low on resources in any real meaningful way, we could have shrined there. We're not, because while we don't have any boosts left, we don't need any boosts left.
Corrupted unicorns.
Excuse you.
You'll find they make effective servants.
We do have to recast our buffs, though.
But no worries. I'll find a use for them, I'm sure.
And we talk to the bear a lot.
You're not the only one who can give me this service. But if you fulfill your word,
That's right. We don't have death block. because I forgot to put on Death Block in a level 5 quest.
Giant's gloves
So we got level
reach
drained.
inside the bear's mouth
Still not a big
and
deal.
pull out an eladrin, a
Ooh,
black
Gloves of
unicorn
Tranquility. Do they
bursts
have a
into
bonus on them?
and a voice sounds in your mind. You have
Nope.
tampered with one of Hearsome's
No
servants.
bonus on the gloves.
My new master demands that you be punished for
And now we get to go to the Corruption Tree.
Baron Bitterspine says he knows a secret that could defeat Hearsam.
And
You should deliver the news to Winwood
we might...
Hall. You can use
might
that
cap?
information to
We're
plan
at
your
rank
next
37. We have Corruption Tree, and we have the 3 in the Swamp, and we have Immortality Lessons. So that's 5 left. And we have 1, 2... almost 4 ranks. So I don't think each of these quests is going to give a full rank, so we don't really need to worry about overcapping here. We will see if we do when we hit the House K's, but I'm not too concerned about it because even if it's the case and we have to level, we won't lose that much XP from the slight penalty for being 3 levels over. Wait, never mind. I miscounted. I forgot about the Thornright quest. So 6 quests left. Still.
A vast tree reaches upward to the sky. Yet some form of corruption has gripped its roots, slowly twisting and transforming this ancient
Let's
center.
see. What do we need to cast here? We're going to say resist fire because of the beetles.
These root tunnels are full of life, yet something seems off. A sense of unease hangs in the air. Time
Let's
to
see
find
here.
the source of the corruption you've been asked to stop. An ugly red magic barrier
Come on now.
blocks the
There
way
we go.
down to the tree's heart. A strange red light fills these
Okay,
root
so we don't have any dungeon alert, so it looks like we got out of there fast enough
The barrier
that
flickers out
we didn't actually get aggro from any of the
as the
like
second
plant dudes who spawn, which is nice.
that sense of unease you felt fades a little.
We can kill these guys later. That's the way to the optional, so we're gonna go this way.
Orb is destroyed, lifting the sense of dread from
These
this
guys you
area.
do have to kill.
Second barrier blocks the path down. You expect there are more orbs powering it. Blights pull themselves free from the root walls and attack.
There we go. Fire beetles. God, the attacks are slow. It's a problem that goes away when you get more base attack bonus, but that means that it's a problem that goes away when you're higher level. And, well, we are by default. By definition, we don't get that for a while because we haven't leveled yet. Go figure, you are low level while leveling.
It's begun to rot away.
Okay. We have Shambling Mounds, we have Plague Reapers. Kill the orb. Kill more blights.
A shudder of relief passes through the tree's roots as the last orb in the northwest tunnel
Okay.
shatters.
I at least want to kill this one because I don't want a champion one sneaking up behind me. But we are below half health, and I don't believe this quest has any teleporters. So we're not going to get easy healing from just existing inside Reaper mode.
Your sense of dread and loss mounts as you explore this tunnel.
Okay, we are getting even lower on health. So I think we are going to end up shrining in this quest. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with shrining. It's just that I'm not used to playing melees who take this much damage. and who don't have self-healing. But the no self-healing is partially my fault, because I totally could have self-healing if I had prepared cure spells instead of preparing damage spells. Also, 60 damage Thorn Bolt, I believe that was.
With the final orb in the northern root tunnels destroyed, crackling sounds can be
We
heard.
do have to fight at least one more fight on our way out,
The
though.
orb's gone. The second barrier collapses in on itself.
Like, there's another fight at this intersection.
Crackle. The root tunnel lurches suddenly as several blights form.
Okay. Couple thousand extra XP from Monster Manual. Very nice. There we go. And yeah, down to 50 health. That's a good time to shrine. I'm going to change the music up a little bit. Alright, spells. How much does this do? (1d6 plus 3). Do we want to prep this instead of resist fire? Or instead of Ram's Might? We'll prep it instead of Ram's Might. How much does it go for? 27 out of combat. Not great. Oh, that was even a high roll. But better than nothing. But not much better than nothing.
Corrupting magic pours down the corridor in palpable waves.
Right, this one is another one you have to kill in order to open the vines. Fortunately, there isn't really anything else in here that I'm worried about killing me. Unless we get really unlucky with Reapers. So I also don't think we need to kill this, but we're going to do it anyway. We do need to kill the orbs. That's a lot of misses. What is the entangle animation, anyway?
With a single magic word, the Fomorian snaps the barrier back into place. However, you notice a crack in the base of the barrier you can squeeze through. Here holds the Blight Master snarls. Turn back, vermin.
Alright.
You're not powerful enough to stop me from turning this into a Gulthias tree.
It's not actually very good.
To the
Maybe this one just took me longer because I was a little bit concerned about, well, dying. I had to play a little bit more carefully once I got low on health. But, or maybe this quest just isn't as much XP as some of the other faster quests in the pack. Either way, it's one more down, and 5 left. Okay, we still want resist fire, we still want this,
A deep voice,
and we still want to shift.
Turn back, stranger. Weak reeds are not welcome in my workshop. Any who linger will be put to the test.
Go. Wild beetles are being painful as ever, but it's not a real problem. So this is why if you're like thinking of making a First Life character, there are definite advantages to not going something like this build. Because this is with a lot of extra defenses from past lives. So you would be running on easier difficulties,
A dryad leaps from the tree.
or
Sensing
with a lot of
Osha's eyes,
consumables,
she motions
or with a party. Now, the best of those is with a party. Because it doesn't matter how many past lives or anything you have, parties just make things easier.
Dryad calls for the test to
Not
begin.
always faster, if like sometimes the party's like waiting for people, and then like while you're waiting for one person, another person goes away, and you run into that whole chain of things happening. But usually faster, and almost always easier. So, alright. Okay. Yeah, I am very, I feel super vindicated with my decision to take Whirlwind Attack earlier. Like, I was considering, it's like, is it worth delaying, like, my other stuff? And as far as I can tell so far, yes, absolutely. Having the ability to do AoE damage turns out super valuable. Well, at least I have resist fire up.
To complete the test, the Dryad joins the fray herself. The Dryad calls for a halt to the battle. You need a bend, no break. Good. The Thornlight.
Why are my weapons wearing out so easily?
You may end.
Is it just because I, like, attack faster? Is that a thing? Is it just based on number of hits, not, like, time in battle? I guess that would make sense.
A gnarled woodwode carefully picks through a pile of brambles, plucking out the largest and sharpest thorns.
Okay.
Surely this is
Docent.
the Thornlight explains that he crafted a magic needle
No
for Hisam.
Mythic or Reaper
Now
on it.
contains
Oh well.
Hisam's immortality.
One more down.
Prince of Satyrs
4 more to
then
go.
took that needle to some place called the Treasure Grove.
And we have almost 3 full ranks to spare. So I don't believe these 4 quests are going to give me that many ranks. So we are good to go on that front. We've got a while until the next ad break, so there's that going for us as well. Put on our feather falling as we go over to Witch Hunt. I am now remembering that when I hit 7, I forgot to switch trinkets. Did I pull it out of the bank even? I did not. Oh, also my robes are completely broken. So we're going without chest armor at the moment. Which means maybe I'll just throw something random on because it'll be better than nothing. Let's check our inventory for random armor that we can equip. Insightful Combat Mastery. Healing Amp. Fire Resistance, but it has Spell Failure? What is this? Oh, it's Medium Armor. Of course, we're proficient in Medium Armor. So I guess we'll put on this Vitality one, this Vitality Light Armor. Oh, right. Light Armors don't equip immediately. I don't know if I have Vitality elsewhere on my gear set. I do. Where? It's on the Cold Iron Bracers. Okay. Well, we get Healing Amp at least. And we get free PRR just for having armor on. So, we've got that going for us at least. And we'll put up Resist Fire, because why not?
Have you come for the hag?
Asks the master of the hunt.
May I hunt?
Alright, stay out of our way. I've got a hag to hunt.
You think you don't need my help?
The master of the hunt laughs.
I enjoy watching this. Good hunting. herd will try to avoid the huntsman. That
Oh, hi,
doesn't
Beatrice.
mean, though, they're invincible.
Would you like to join me over in the
Sports be.
anti-peninsula of face beatdowns? Oh, and good. So the note is over here too.
When you remove their banner, you free them of their service. What they do with their freedom is your problem, not mine. The master of the hunt chuckles. If you like,
Hello.
defeat wild beasts out there to gather more lost banners, then use them to corral the hag towards me. In this golden
Hello, welcome to the beatdown corner.
fight, true death lies. The air in your heart
Beatdown corner, population U.
used to be coming from up above. If you got to higher ground, you could look for the source of this disturbance.
Red caps are beating me down too, so it's a beatdown corner for everyone apparently.
Cries the master of the hunt.
You know better me.
Come
Not
to
you,
an end.
and not
Oh,
the
look.
wild hunt. Oh, where did I put it?
I thought I told you to not help me.
Mothers rubbing her hands.
Oh, Cadence will have my head, and Hirson will turn us
Alright,
into worms.
so now we're gonna go around this way. We're going to, unfortunately, draw the attention of some crayfish, which is not great. Do I not have enough? Okay, so apparently I do not have enough jump to climb up there. That's okay. We'll go around. We can go around. No big deal. Get to high ground and look for the source. Yes. Should be right over here. There it is. And now we can just exit out. So that was a very convenient bit of RNG there. Getting us the note where we wanted it. And that I didn't mess up dragging her into the beatdown corner. So now we just come over here. And we're done. Unfortunately, I think we still have more stuff to kill in order to escape, because I aggroed some stuff on the way over, and it might interrupt our recall. But, you know, under 4 minutes. Pretty solid. Now we just have the Mimic quest, and the Underwater quest, and the final quest. 3 left. The attack already feels awkwardly slow. It's just going to feel extra awkwardly slow underwater. Which is annoying, but you know. What are you going to
In the
do?
midst of the swamp stands a curious henge. Though you search for some sort of legible inscription, you cannot
And I know
find
that there
any
is a
sign
faster
of
way to do this, but we're going to ignore it for now. There's a thing you can do to get yourself basically teleported to the last
Somewhere
quest
in these
faster.
woods, there is treasure that grows on trees. One specific tree deserves more attention
All
than
right.
others.
Hello.
For it bears the chest containing Hirsum's magic root.
Did get our growing storm proc, so that's good. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go. Alright, how worn are they? Alright, they're not too bad. So the thing is, you start getting those messages like your weapons are worn for every durability you lose after they're down to 50%. So every time I lose a durability on the remaining 60 and 30 on them, I'm going to get that warning. Now, the trick to this quest is going to be can I land a trip onto the things as they run? Because if I can't, it's going to be a heck of a chase. And it'll be very annoying. But at least we'll have sprint boost, so we can kind of keep up. Which is why I'm not using a charge now. I'm going to save them for the chase down later. Let's see. Alright, no chest here. Oh, we had someone actually join. Oh, wait. Yes, yes, I see that you're shooting me. Thank you. I appreciate the attention. Ah, there it is. I am reasonably confident that the one hanging from the mushroom is correct. Because there are only like, I think there are 4 correct spawn points. All of the wrong ones are fixed.
You have a good feeling about this chest. Perhaps it is the one you seek. As you open the chest, a unicorn leaps out. How did it even fit inside?
Stupid fast unicorn! Get back here.
As you defeat the unicorn,
unfortunately, I used Trip there, and now it's on cooldown. I don't want to use it now because it'll be on cooldown when the next one spawns.
The deer falls. Something stirs.
And I did not land a Trip, so we're chasing
this needle better be worth the chase.
The Flameborn.
The blink dog falls, but something flits out of it. Was that a bat? A bird? Here we go again.
I wish that it would either move or stop. The weird haltingness is very annoying, especially when the screen jitters at the same time. Get back here. This is why crowd control spells are great for this quest, because that is super annoying.
Thankfully, the egg doesn't move yet.
There we go. And it's very nice that we didn't have to wait, like, at all.
Sweeps down from the sky and plucks the needle out.
Our party member showed up
with a victorious
right on time.
Tiny dragon-like creature darts away with its prize.
And all those concerns about sustain or any of that, well, we have Bard Healing Song on us now. We have 0 problems with sustain.
As you pursue the creature into the cave, you hear its excited voice up ahead.
Aha! Adventurers in my land!
The little dragon announced.
Ready.
We're gonna play hide and tag. So first, you close your eyes. No peeking. And count to 10. And then find me and tag me. And then you run. Ha! Ready?
Okay, where is the pseudo-dragon? That's a fungus, not a pseudo-dragon. That's an altar, also not a pseudo... Oh, I can't hear him snoring anymore, so he must be further out front. Wait, there he is.
The little dragon cries out.
And we sprint boost. Our last sprint boost to run away from the scary, scary dragon. And now we just have to wait for him to give up. Because he has to try to tag me. And he can't tag me, he is too short. Too short to tag.
The little dragon jumps up and down.
What fun!
Very rarely, he will cast Delay Blast Fireball there, and it can hurt a lot.
With Earsome's precious needle in hand, you prepare to offer him a bargain he can't refuse.
And now we have to delay slightly at the end, just to see if the other party member wants these. Alright. Oh, yeah, there he is. He hadn't come in, I guess, so he didn't want to mess up the hide and seek bit. So I was like, wait, does he know where it is? It's like, I'm pretty sure I recognize the name. Like, he should know this quest. Ah, I see. Oh, Aviator, thank you for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it. We will... If you got Prime, you might as well use it. But you do only get one, so I appreciate that you've chosen to use it on me. Good evening to you as well. We're gonna resist acid and cold.
You make your way deep into the Kelpie's underwater grotto, protected by the Eladrin's magics. Now, where is the lost keepsake you were sent to
The good
find?
news is, we have an electric imbue, and electricity is extra effective underwater.
Coming from up ahead.
Now, it's not as extra effective as it used to be, but they also nerfed the, we'll say, the downsides of being underwater. Because nowadays, you could take a damage penalty if you try to cast fire spells underwater. Before, you just straight up couldn't do it. Like, if you just try to cast a fire spell, it's like, no, you can't do that here.
This chamber and glints off of something mounted to the back.
Doing Trivia Night? Ah, I see. I probably should check it out sometime.
First lever is pulled, and a deep
Because
rumble.
I know they've raided into me after that, and then they kind of explained what it was. It is very unlikely that they would raid me tonight, because they did, like, last Thursday, so...
Comes from further down the corridor.
They probably rightly want to spread the love around.
A magical barrier blocks the main corridor.
Oh, it's every Tuesday night. Well, that is unfortunate, because that directly conflicts with my chosen stream times.
The light
Perhaps I will
from the shallow pool
change the
illuminates
schedule
the lever
at some
set to
point,
the
so that I
far
can revisit that. Well, not revisit, actually visit.
as the second
Or check it
lever
out
is
at
pulled
least.
And the barrier in the main hall dissipates.
Alright, off we go.
A group of Kelpies rushes in to block the path.
I believe that is Storm Singer, not normal Spell Singer. So, he is super effective underwater. Yeah, I believe that's Electric Loop, and normal bards don't get Electric Loop.
Come for the bauble, have you? You're not the first.
Boom's an exceptionally large and powerful kelpie as it charges.
Every time we take it, the Eladrin sends someone to fetch it back.
The slows are super annoying. It's fine though. He dies anyway.
I can see you're no easy prey, but the struggle makes the beast all this.
So slow.
Elementals, attack me!
The kelpie lord falters,
Alright.
then collapses, diffusing into clumps of ragged weeds. You spot the Eladrin's lost keepsake perched atop a nearby chest.
Nothing named. No, and we do not need a Ring of Summer's Heat. Maybe if it had a Reaper bonus on it, but that is not how things go. Those are quite rare. Alright, and alright, so we are ranked 39. We are right on schedule. Right on schedule. Right on schedule for what? Okay, no, we don't want that one. Hey, I said exit. There we go. We are right on schedule to finish these up and be able to do the House K5s before taking 8. You, take me to the harbor. Now we go through here. All this can be skipped if you do the other thing that you're supposed to do. Yes, I did complete that last Tuesday, I want to say. We ended with a very long quest that I had only run once before, which is in Shavrath. It's one of the old, like... I forget which pack it's in. I don't know if it's in the pack from the 12 or the pack from the Yugoloth. But it's one of those. It's the one with the semi-randomly generated mazes, and you go through 3 levers of it, and it's just a bunch of hexagons, and you're trying to find your way around. And the quest has an hour-and-a-half time limit on it. Took 45 minutes for us to get through, but we made it, and that was the last one that we finished. We'll put Acid and Fire Resist here, I think. It's an interesting quest. It's just, it's tricky.
Of the Eladrin courts to the home. They have. Oh, you seem impatient to start your duel with me. Worry not. It will begin soon. But first,
the part that tripped me up was on the second floor. There were often like large gates that you'd pull levers to open to go to different sections. And there were also like small gates that you would be able to lockpick for an optional. And I couldn't lockpick, so I was ignoring the small gates. Unfortunately, and this is on me because I had already done it a couple times, there are a few smaller gates that you can just open and go through to get to the next section of the maze. And I got lost.
Voice floats in the air.
Let's see. We have mirror, painting, or perfume. We want the mirror.
Once you and your fellows are ready.
So yeah, and I didn't see it, or I thought, oh, that's one of the optionals. And it was in fact not one of the optionals. That was what I needed to go through. That was probably at least 5 minutes wandering.
You're surprised to discover that a watchman has been hidden.
Morian's being immune to lightning is bad news for my imbue, but fortunately I don't rely too much on my imbue damage.
Reminds you of a yawn. Door slams open, and a
There we go.
Fomorian walks out into the chamber.
Finally, more Eladrin for supper.
But yeah, there was that. I think it's one of the flaggers for, I want to say Tower of Despair.
Now you are
I don't think I've actually ever run the Shavrath raids. Or was it only one?
curious door glimmers into view.
In either case, it's a heck of a quest. There's a reason I've only run it, well, twice now. I think the other ones out there aren't nearly as bad. There is the, what is it, the weapons shipment? I also did weapons shipment out there. That's the only two I ended up doing out there because I actually hit cap. And the weapons shipment end fight is surprisingly not that bad. It's not as bad as I remembered, but it has been years and years and many past lives ago that I ran it before. So, you know, I have much better defenses, much better sustain and all that nowadays. So it wasn't nearly as bad. But I can see that these were quests that, from what I can tell, they were clearly intended not to be solo content when they were on content. Alright. Need a fiddle.
Then you will be given
Fiddle.
the gift of my song. Use it wisely.
Actually, we'll hotkey it.
Standing by playing the fiddle has revealed another section of
But
his wing.
it was interesting to do them again, though.
Voice booms into your ears.
Let's see, what else did you miss from that run? I think that's the same day that I tried to do Terminal Delirium and failed. We did eventually make it through the balloon section with great difficulty, but we were then taken out by the mirror section because it was just too much stat drain to handle. Like, it spawns like 7 mind flayers and they each drain you for 3, and this is in heroic. I only have like 20 something charisma in the first place. They all just spawn and then you're completely drained of your charisma, which is bad enough, but there's also a bunch of eyes that spawn and do force damage. It's a rough one. It's another one that's clearly designed to be group content. Like, it wasn't designed with the idea that all of the mind flayers that spawn are going to hit the same person and drain that one person until they're helpless. It's clearly designed for a party, which makes it more difficult to run when not a party. But it's not necessarily a bad design, it's just I was trying to do it in ways that were not intended. And sometimes that works and you can just power through, and sometimes it just really, really doesn't.
Stretches out his crumbling arms. Maybe
now we go up here.
Find your way to oblivion.
Ah.
The gargoyle flinches at your blow. A chunk of stone chips off his body. Tourmaline shudders as even more of his stone body chips off. One more strong blast should do the job.
Alright, there we go.
The red signal crystal on the wall lights up when you pull
And
this
our
lever.
party mate got the lever, so now we can just run. I might need to snooze and add again and leave. And we'll have pre-rolls for like 2 minutes. Because it wants to start ads 2 minutes from now. And I think finishing the quest is going to take more like 4. So we'll just have to hit the snooze button on that one. Unfortunately, they only give me like 3 snooze buttons per stream. And I've already used one of them.
You can unlock the door to the roof.
And yes, we can skip this pack, but we're not trying to avoid getting killed here. Like, oh, that's a Carnage Reaper.
Now that you've collected this watchword, all there is left to do is find
Yeah, we're not finishing this within a minute. Snooze ad. And I'm not going to do the thing I did last week, where I clicked on the button next to snooze ad. And the button next to snooze ad is run ad. So it's actually the opposite of what we wanted. But, you know, sometimes we make a little mistake. And that's fine. Now what were our watchwords? One was spirit, I think? Passionate spirit.
Only the 2 watchwords can unlock it, which Hirsum has hidden in his...
There we go, and we spelled it right and everything.
You step out onto the roof of Duskfall
Alright.
Overlook.
We need to recast buffs.
Congratulations.
Resist cold.
Hirsum says,
Resist acid. And Magic Fang.
I have just one tiny lesson left. All you see
Ooh,
before
Fiendra
you
Spider.
is an illusion.
The summon monster spells are just...
What the Feywild is now.
I don't know if they were ever good, but if they were, they have been power crept, and they've been power crept for like a decade.
figures shimmer into view. Illusory versions of Lord Arden and the Prince of Frost.
These 2
Well.
boars, your allies, stand in my way.
Okay.
Strike down these so-called friends of yours, and I'll reveal myself.
Okay, well, they're not attacking us yet. How much does this hurt to stand in? Well, okay, the guy left it, so I have no reason to test it out and stand in it now. I was gonna just, like, stand in it and keep hitting, but... Oh no, it hit me for 8. Does this one hit for more? Also 8. Alright. So those are not worth dodging. Now, I made the mistake in White Plume Mountain because I ran it on Heroic. I thought, oh, it's Heroic. The circles that this vampire dude casts, well... I mean, you want to dodge them in Legendary, clearly, but it's probably not worth it in Heroic, and that was incorrect. You definitely want to dodge those, even in Heroic, because they hurt a bunch. So... don't just get greedy and stand in the circles in White Plume Mountain. They will hurt. Yes, Twitch, thank you. I know pre-rolls are on. They're on because I snoozed the ad. Hello. Oh, and we did actually overcap. Must have had some extra Monster Manual XP. Let's see if he wants cold irons, since I am already wearing them, but mythic.
Before you can leave,
Oh, and he's already got them.
voice peals out. What have you done?
Alright, so we're gonna go take 8. And then we're gonna head to the House K 5s and 6s just to get some House K rep. And yes, we will be over level for the 5s, but no big deal.
I've simply lent these codex pages to these mortal adventurers. They have such short lifespans.
Alright.
After all, it would be no trouble to bring them to you when they die.
So, we're gonna level, and then we're gonna take our ad break, and then we're gonna head to House K. I did do 3 Barrel Cove already, yeah. That's how I'm capped. Hard capped and have to take 8 now. Well, okay, I did almost all. I didn't do Garl Part 2. Let's see. Ranger. There we go. Ranger. We are dex-based this life. Dexterity. And we'll take Disable Device. Open Lock. Search. Concentration. Spot. And UMD. Finish. There we go. Alright, so we've leveled. We're going to use our points to do things. We get a dog. We get a sneak dice. We can get PRR. We can get more health and or a stronger dog. And we get some trap skills. And let's see, what is this? Smoke trap? Oh, lose their immune to a sneak attack. That's nice. What is this? Dog skills, assassinate DCs, sneak dice, and action boost. Now, the thing is, we don't quite have enough points for it yet, but when I redo these, you can take sprint boost here and haste boost here, which is why you don't need to go into Vistani Knife Fighter. But for now... yes, we are going to be going top tier of Tempest. We're going to be going top tier of Tempest. We're going to be going here for the smoke bomb, and we're going to get the extra sneak dice when you're invisible, and all that. But for now, I think we're just going to grab a sneak dice. Even though we're not sneaking that much, we do have deception on a weapon. So we've got that. But it is time for an ad break. So I'm going to refill my drink. If you want to grab a drink or a snack or whatnot, we're not going to run anything during the ads. We're going to just put up for those of you who don't have ads because you are subscribed or whatnot, you may enjoy a montage of dog. So we will be right back in approximately 2.5 to 3 minutes, and I will see you then. Hey, and we are back. Probably. Hopefully. And yes, no ads. So you get to enjoy the entire roll. Alright, so we did move a little bit to take care of a little bit of logistical work. We sold stuff, we repaired our broken gear, always nice, and we get to prepare another spell. Fortunately, there's not much good at level 2. Like, Barkskin and Heal are like the only things here. So we're going to prep Heal here, and then we can go back to having Ram's Might here. Plus it's a bigger heal. And we're going to go grab a trinket. Well, once the banker decides to allow me to open the bank. Okay, show me trinkets. There we go. Emblem of Elemental Evil. Very nice. Because we get Profane Life, we get 5 flat resists, and I have a Sapphire defense in it, so it's just a nice all-around weapon. Or not weapon. Thingy. Let's see, so I do have Assassin's Kris's in my inventory. So we can just dual wield Assassin's Kris from old Temple of Elemental Evil, which I don't know if is actually an upgrade. So this one says 22 and 24, but this has my accuracy and deadly on it, which is the problem. So if we move this, then we no longer have accuracy and deadly. But yes, alright, so 22 and 24, or 22 and 25 rather. And 24 for both. Interesting. Whirling Steel. I did do a centered longsword build at one point as well, actually. It went pretty well. I took it through epics. I got the Evening Star swords, the Oath Keepers, I think they are? Or Oath something or other? The level 20 longswords that are just ridiculously good for being level 20. Oh, these have a purple augment slot in them? Alright, so I think I'm going to wear these mostly because... Let's see. If I lose my to hit and damage, that just means I need to pick it up somewhere else. And I can do that with a different hat. It means I lose melee power, though. But at this level, 10 melee power versus 3 damage. 3 damage might win, honestly. And I can't put on my precision lenses yet. Let's see. Do I have any other stuff at a level that would give me hit and damage? Actually, let's see if we can solve this problem a different way. Oh. I don't have any, it would be sapphires, right? It would be Sapphire of Deadly, right? Because Sapphire of Accuracy, Dodge, Defense, Protection, Resistance, Spell Agility. Alright, let me check my bags. Huh. No deadly sapphires. But I can get one. Show me augment. Show me purchasable augments. let's see. Level 4s. Ah, it's a topaz of damage. It's of damage, not of deadly. There we go. It's not deadly, it's damage. Alright. So that's 5. That's 8. Alright, so 8 is min level 20, so we're just going to toss that. 5 is min level 12, so I would need a 3 or a 4, which should be level 4 or level... Okay, so we're going to go back to Feywild, because I can buy one for 40 Feral Crystal chunks, and I have a plethora of Feral Crystal chunks. So you can go in there. And then where am I going to put it? What's got yellow on it? Nocturne Ring is a decent place to put it. It's like, because the question is, which of these pieces do I wear on basically every melee life? Actually, no. It'll go right there. Yellow augment slot. The piece that has melee power gets the deadly topaz. That seems like a good plan to me. Oh, what a useful first-time chatter. Banned. And for anyone who wasn't paying attention, it was a bot. Main stat is Dex. Main stat is Dex. I've opted to go with Dex. So I'll probably end up with scimitars or something. And that's partially because I've done more strength stuff in the past and not very much dex stuff. So it's just a change of pace. I don't have a lot to my dex, though. Yeah. I don't think I'm wearing something to main stat at the moment, but it's fine. I don't really need it that bad. Hello. Take me to the hall. And now I need to find Randall What's-His-Face. I think he's over here. Oh, yes he is. Heroic augments. Show me damage. Oh, it takes remnants too? That's fine. I have remnants. I don't have quite as surplus of remnants as I do of the Feral Crystal Shards, but... it went into the Gargantuan augment bag. Which is this one? No, that's dimensional. This is gargantuan. Topaz of damage plus 3. Alright, you take off. Wait, no, that's the sentient one. We need this one. Yellow slot. Yes. There we go. Now we have our plus damage. And did I take out the sapphire of accuracy? Yeah, but it went into a bag. Okay. There's a plus 5 accuracy sapphire, which is min level 4. Excellent. Which of these pieces gets to... That's a good one. I think Cloak of Winter I wear on every single melee life. Or almost every single life, just in general. So, you get accuracy. Yes. Very good. Augments solve problems. And now, I have Deception on both weapons. And Greater Dispelling, which is just nice, I guess. Now, obviously, if I wanted to make this better, I could put damage rubies in them, but I'm not that committed to this particular pair of weapons. So we're just going to deal with it for the moment. And where are we headed? We are headed to House K to get some rep, so we can have bank space. Send me to House K. Oh, and I need to fix my There we go. All right. Let's see. Do we... No. We don't get another until 9, I think. We get this at 9? Yeah. How am I looking for heal scrolls and such? Scroll of heal, min level 9, 15% chance to activate. Oh, I don't get a no UMD check, even though I am technically a divine caster. Heal isn't on my spell list. How about Raise Dead? 35% chance, and I could buy some now. Which means I probably should buy some now. Because after all, a 35% chance to revive someone is a lot more effective than a 0% chance. So what if it takes like 5 scrolls? What am I going to do? Be short on platinum? I don't know how many millions I would have to spend on res scrolls before that became an issue, but it's not really a concern at this point. So we are going to grab some Raised Dead scrolls, just in case. Because I might forget about it later. And you know what? While we're at it, give me 20 heal scrolls. I can't use them yet, but all it's going to do is it's going to take up a little bit of inventory space. And I'm fine with it taking up 1 inventory slot so that I don't have to forget that I have them and when I need them. All right, so Forgotten Caverns. Do our buffs, including Resist Cold. We have, however, once again forgotten something important, which is that we do not have immunity to magic missiles. But it is fine. I did switch over to opening. Speaking of scrolls that don't cost much plat, what, do you have a recommendation for one that I'm not currently using? Shield? Oh, well that's more wands, but yes. And you can pick this lock, you don't need to actually go over and grab the thing. Let's see if we can just pull the lever. Oh, you've got the clickies. Like, there's the one from Korthos that you need to pick lock to get. And I actually don't know other shield clickies. And of course my weapons are worn, because there were slimes that I was cleaving. That's okay. We switch to Muckbane, and we're good to go.
The stink of this underground storehouse is indescribable. What trollish habits could have created such a startling bouquet of smells?
Well, so far I'm not doing a very good job of proccing Deception. Maybe I should actually hit Bluff and see if that works for me. Actually, I don't think I have it out on my bars. Oh, wait. I did get a sneak attack in on that one. Not that I have that many sneak dice at the moment. I should actually check. I think I only have like 2 or 3.
All the trolls have been slain.
Plus dice. Oh, I have 4 sneak dice. Nor Bee's Bliss on the guild ship. Interesting. I will have to keep that in mind. I'm used to just getting scroll or wands from the marketplace. Oh, she carries random. Oh, interesting. Thank you for opening the door. Shield, jump, catch evil. Interesting. How much does this heal for anyway? 17 when in combat. Not terrible. Alright, trip the wolf as we go by. Ignore the trap. Which, you know, I can do because I have sprint boost active. So, it's times like this that I kind of wish that I dipped into what? Into the tree with stuff. The Feywild tree. Because the Feywild tree has the make my weapons immune to ooze damage button. For only like 2 points. And that would be very convenient when there are oozes around. Okay, now we get blasted with fire. Can we kill him through the healing? We can. Excellent. Good work, us. So, for anyone who doesn't know, that's a fire elemental. Standing in fire heals it, and the whole platform shoots fire. So, normally, you want to pull him off of that platform first, but fortunately, we had enough damage that we could kind of just ignore it. Oh no, lightning damage. Okay, so this is the one where we don't want to break boxes. Okay, that time we actually are oh no lightning damage. Because that was 70 lightning damage, which is relatively significant. Not significant enough for me to want to, like, stop to actually disarm it, but, you know, significant nonetheless. I hit that at the wrong time. In fact, there are most places in this quest are simply the wrong time to hit that. Let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to add bluff to my bars so that I can get sneak attacks. It is probably not a button worth hitting most of the time, but we will try. Bluff, 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 bluff. Here it is. Better than heal. I am, however, not going to try bluffing the undead. Undead are excellent poker players. They do not fall for bluffs. But we can bluff the boss, probably. Hopefully. We can do an extra 4d6 damage per hit. And we hit relatively quickly? Not like amazingly quickly, but... Oh. You can't bluff while enraged. Good to know. Did not know that. Oh well. We have learned something. I guess it makes sense that you can't use socials while raged. It's just I've never been on a build that I wanted to use socials on. That was a build that used rage, but here we are doing shifter lives, and I want to rage all the time. And, well, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. What is our actual durability on these? Pretty low. I will swap them. No, stop that. Where'd the other one go? There it is. The offhand hits less, so it'll be fine. And now we get to run in a circle.
The chilled air of this compound is broken only by the unearthly groans of the cult's forgotten sacrifices.
Okay. Disable device. Hello. Please stop casting spells with me. Thank you.
A cultist of Vol rushes at you, just
Don't raise them. Thank you.
and raving in an
I'm
infernal
pretty sure if you kill those fast enough that the zombies don't manage to get up. Oh, right. Do you mind? I'm trying to do things that involve not killing you, but you insist that I spend my time killing you. It's a rather silly thing for them to insist upon, but, you know, there's no accounting for taste. Go. Did I finish pulling it? I did finish pulling it. Excellent. Oh, fleshlings must die. That's racist. Speciesist? I don't know, but fleshling definitely sounds like some kind of slur. I mean, I would be upset, but I do like being a fleshling. Hello. Oh, missed it. Stop dodging everything. There we go. Alright, last one.
Of the raids
all right.
fades into nothingness, and suddenly
And we're
the
off.
air
The
gains
last box.
back a measure of warmth. In the distance,
But we're
you
gonna
hear
start with
stone
skeletons.
breaking against stone.
So they heal because they do an annoying amount of spells. Here we go. Alright. Now that we've done that, what is on level? I don't think we're going to start any big, big chains. Like, we're not going to skip ahead to Dread or anything. But we'll do some lingering ones. I think we're going to head over to House J and do, like, Red Willow. Assuming it ever lets me load in. It's a big assumption with EDO sometimes. Any day now, game. Any day. Alright, we'll have a snack while we wait. I think any of them work. I use /logout. Because when you type /logout, it pops up the confirmation box. And so because the confirmation box pops up, you can see the screen. I don't know if others work, but I know that's the one that I heard worked and that I have used before. I actually had my first, like, what is then? It's like failed to load zone or recovering from failed teleport. I had my first recovering from failed teleport like a week or two ago. It was like the first one I'd gotten in like 6 months or a year. And I used to get them like every other day. So I guess they fixed something. And it's not 100% fixed, but they used to be frequent. And now they still happen sometimes, but not very much. So that's good. I don't know what they did, but whatever it was, it seems to have been mostly effective. Let's see, we can't use that when you're aged either. That's mostly useless. We'll move that over there.
Red Willow, an important missive has been handed over to your party.
Let's see, I'm actually going to do the drow optional on this one, because I'm pretty sure it drops a scimitar that would be very good for me.
Trolls bar the way ahead. Among them is a dark, scaly champion whose eyes burn.
And that's Famine Reaper. And he's drained 2 levels from me. Sir, I am only level 8. Draining 2 levels is a lot. Okay. Alright. I forgot that this is a thing we need to do now. We have our Death Ward clicky. I just wasn't using it because I thought we're low enough level that nothing was going to be level draining me. But apparently, I was wrong, and we are going to get level drained in these quests.
Several camps are strewn throughout the area. Each camp boasts well-armed patrols that scour the area for interlopers. The sand shifts to reveal a small brood of night scorpions. Trolls huddle together in the jungle here.
Hello.
Destroy them before they make a meal of you.
This is probably a bad idea, by the way. Because trolls have their, like, jump triple attack thing, so there can be a lot of burst damage. Oh, especially if you're a stone guard, so I can't, like, knock you down or anything either. Yeah. Yeah, we took a lot of damage there. And we don't heal that much. We'll put back on our healing every minute or so.
Bugbear and hobgoblin assassins peer hungrily from the dark corners of the jungle.
Okay. Witch Doctor. Why must you wave enfeeblement me? Alright, how close were we to helpless? Not too bad. Interesting. I'm only down to 13 strength. How do I deal with Reapers without a stun? More damage. I kill them before they can hurt me very much. So it's target prioritization. When I see a Reaper, they are almost always the most threatening thing on the screen, so they are the thing that I attack first. Maybe reconnection is successful. Okay. Alright, we should be back. Alright. So it's not just my imagination. The internet did decide to just blink for a moment. But okay, so where were we? I was talking about how I handle Reapers without a stun. And I don't know exactly how much I got through before the disconnect, so we will kind of start over. So there are two ways that I deal with them without crowd control. The first one is just straight up damage. Target priority, take them out first because they are the most threatening thing. The second way, which I'm pretty sure is what got cut off, is the way that you deal with anything else, which is building defenses. We have armor, we have blur, we have a variety of different things that add to our defenses, which help us against Reapers. Yeah, you know, PRR, MRR, all that stuff. Alright, what just hit me for 30 Bane damage? Is there another caster around here dropping like firestorms on me? Okay.
Ahead, ferns and bushes have been as you make your way beyond the brush.
So if you didn't know,
spy two dark-skinned forms rushing toward a larger camp.
yeah, 78 AC and 89 PRR. And those are relatively low numbers, all things considered. Like, if we look back to the Paladin life, those would be much higher at this point, particularly the PRR and MRR.
You have delivered Red Willow's missive to Keksan Tekorcha. Keksan Tekorcha whispers a dark prayer as he steels himself for battle.
I was like, wait, I used diplomacy so he didn't fight me. Now I have to just keep talking and insult him so that I can fight him. Alright. No named loot. Unfortunate. Hi.
Tekorcha's band of drow have been eradicated. Their taint is cleansed.
Level 8 is handy. Particularly because, as I mentioned earlier, we get to put on our Temple of Elemental Evil trinket. So we not only get our new level of Sheltering Sapphire. Thank you, Stream Elements, for telling me that I'm live now. Is there any news for adding new classes? I have to need to finish an Alchemist to get Completionist. So the next thing they're adding, and it's soon-ish? I don't know exactly when, but they are adding a new archetype for Monk. So they're adding, like, Dragon Monk. And I don't know exactly what it does, but that's what it's called. I think it's supposed to be, like, elemental damage Monk stuff. And when they release it, it's part of a larger patch, and they're going to completely rework Monk. Like, Monk builders and finishers aren't going to be a thing anymore. And they're, like, moving some of the finishers into the Monk enhancement trees. So I haven't paid that much attention to it, but I know that that is the next class to come out, is that archetype.
Red Willow has opened a gate that leads to the culprit behind this invasion. A hill giant named Torque. Red Willow's gateway deposits you into the center of a long, overgrown ruin. Something here is
So, I know I read the patch notes and stuff on it and some comments on it, but I don't remember a lot of details because I wasn't paying that much attention. It's like, I will figure it out when it comes out. But that's the last I heard.
well fortified.
Need to finish off Alchemist. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if I've heard of any plans to make like a full-on class in a while. I think they're keeping to archetypes at the moment for their new class edition. Excuse me, please let me stand up. There's a Reaper hitting me, and I would like to be able to hit it back, please. That is, of course, when my strategy of burst them down first doesn't work. Or when I get crowd controlled, and then it's like, oh no, there's a Reaper hitting me. I hope my defenses hold up. Alright, and that's one quest down. Looks like ads are going to start in a couple seconds. We run 2.5 minutes of ads every 50 minutes to keep pre-rolls off. We will not be running any quests during that time. I'll get a snack and refill my drink. I encourage you to do the same. And we will start the next quest when ads are over in 2.5 to 3 minutes. If you have, say, subscribed, or you're on YouTube, or any of the other ways in which you can not get ads, you will instead be greeted with our BRB screen, which has a lovely set of pictures of the dog. So I will see you. It says ads starting soon, but that could mean either immediately or like 50 seconds. But we'll toss to the BRB screen, and we will run another couple quests once we are back. We have returned! I hope you all had a nice break. We're gonna head down here and clear out our crypt real quick. And then we're gonna double check and see what other level 6s we want to do. We might head over to do the House P ones. Oh, wait, sorry. We don't want to redo feats. If you ever, like, were wondering, like, where can I do my feat swap? Here it is. This is where you can do your feat swap. Alright. Dead Predators. Real quick and easy quest. You can't just, like, Zerg your way through it, though, because it has a minimum kill count requirement.
By an overwhelming, the stones and the walls seem to whisper. In this mirror, you watch in horror as the flesh rots and falls from your face. Then you hear the scraping of cold.
So you do have to kill a decent number of these guys.
Chains rattle and clank as a heavy stone barrier grinds over.
Yeah, that's correct. You don't need the archetypes for completionist.
Terrible deeds have
So it won't count as a separate class, but I believe it will count as monk, like if you didn't already have monk. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's how it works.
All around you, dry bones rattle and shiver in the dust. Ahead, more victims of the whites lay in pools of gore. Corpses look half-white.
Yeah, like how... Yes, exactly. Like Dragon Lord counts for fighter, like Sacred Fist counts for paladin. Let's see, what is it? Storm Singer counts for bard. I believe, what is it? Chaos Mage? Whatever the name is for the Chaos Mage counts as sorcerer.
Cruelty and hunger assault your mind. Something beyond sanity has turned this chapel into a pulsing heart.
And let's see, what is the other one? There's a cleric has Dark Acolyte. And is that it? Am I missing one? It is just straight up Chaos Mancer? Dark Hunter. Yeah. The one I am currently actively playing, yes. Yes, that is the one I forgot. Thank you. Ah, boy. Let's see, what else we got? Valak's Mausoleum. We don't want to do that one. No. We'll do Devil Assault. Yeah, that's got some weird shit going on with it. Alright, we're just gonna hit the House P's. Forgot the one I'm playing, obviously. Alright. So we get to purge some heretics and some trolls. And then I think we're going to hit a 7 or 2, but we're not going to start Dread. It's a little late in the evening to start that. However, it is a good night for playing video games. Because it has been in the 30s and raining, like, all day. And for anyone who is outside the US, the 30s is approximately 0 to 5, or -1 to 5 centigrade. And just, like, light rain all day.
Slow,
It's...
chanting can be heard above the sound.
It is certainly an experience. So, excuse me, if you could stop putting acid damage over time on me, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
The sound of
Trap.
tramping feet approaches from the hall ahead.
See, normally I would turn left immediately, but there's a Reaper here.
The sovereign host pierces your mind.
And so we don't want to be acquiring stacks as we run down the hallway. Come on. The thing is, most stuff doesn't have a bunch of spells on them, but it is kind of fun to see the dispel procs go off on stuff. I am not seeing a ton of sneak damage go through, but I mean, I didn't expect I'd get a ton of it. Because the thing is, I'm getting procs from my weapons. Which means, by necessity, I have to hit them. And most stuff has low enough health that there's not a lot of chances to get a proc because they're dead after like 3 hits. So, if 3 regular non-sneak attack hits kills them, well, that's not exactly gonna leave a lot of room to debuff them so I can do sneak attacks.
Angry shouts fill the room as the elven missionaries rally to their chapel's defense.
And of course, we did put bluff on our bars, but we've opted to stay raged. Huh. That... Yeah, the drop rates are very low.
Sweet incense hangs heavy in the air, here at the center of the heretics' power.
Like, the whole saga with no items is rough. Alright, now we get to kill trolls. Right, but you did get augments at least. I thought the augments were supposed to be pretty rare. Or is that only the, like the special augments are rare? Like there are both rare and common augments. I haven't, like, thoroughly investigated how that all works in Myth Draenor. Because I know they added the augments to the Saga reward. So, clearly, they were relatively rare if they needed to be added to the Saga reward. Resist fire. I know there's fire in here.
You must be nearing the Emerald Claw's hidden laboratory. The air stinks of bitter herbs and rotten meat.
Oh, you think that it's not just that they have low drop rates, but that there's actually a bug lowering drop rates even further than they're supposed to be? I mean, it's possible. It's DDO. There are bugs for pretty much everything. We got all kinds of bugs. We have a whole selection to choose from. Looking around, it's like, wait, where's the ladder? I don't know, it's been a little while since I've run Myth Draenor, though, since we didn't hit it last live.
The trapped troll bellows at you with frustration and rage. He's clearly afraid of the acid spread.
Now this quest can be pretty annoying if you're on a low life character and like don't have gear and stuff, because some of these casters can cast Sleet Storm, and most classes don't have freedom of movement at this level, so it can be a rough one to deal with. I think it's the Necromancers. Like, it's the human casters, not the undead casters. Well, technically he's a dwarf, but we'll say it's the humanoid ones as opposed to the undead ones. Oh hey, it's the Troll Chieftain. Oh right, we want to pull this lever too.
Somewhere in the distance, a single low-pitched bell chimes.
Oh, that's... Right, yeah, we're just gonna walk through this and take our hits. There's a lever you pull, but I always go around to the wrong corner, so I don't pull it.
The sulphurous reek of magical fire hangs heavy in this guard alcove.
I thought the weapons were supposed to have their separate chance, much like a lot of other weapons, like the Pharaoh Crystal weapons and all that other stuff has its own drop chance.
You feel a welcome decrease in the blast furnace heat of this room.
But yeah, it's...
You feel a welcome decrease in the blast furnace heat of this room.
Yeah, so yeah, I believe that you're right on the general drop rates in Elite and Reapers, that it's supposed to be like 33% just baseline to get a named.
Troll's cage clatters open.
But let's say if augments are on the same drop table, and it's a 33% chance to get in augment or an item, that could explain it. If you're getting augments but not items, that's just like, well, you're getting unlucky on what you get, but you're not just missing the 33% chance over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Let's see. Let's do tier. Because I think I'm done with 6s now, actually. Like, I'm not going to hit Chronoscope or Bounty Hunter or any of these other ones. So we might as well take 9. There's a trainer right here in the marketplace, so we can do that. Actually, you know, we're not going to do the cat quest. It's like, wait, that's level 6. It's like, nah, I can do without it. But yeah, how many quests are there in Myth Draenor? Like 13? Like there's 3 in the upper right, there's 1 in town, there's that cluster of 4. Yeah, it's like 12 or 13-ish. Missing that many 1 in 3 chances in a row is pretty unlikely. Like, don't get me wrong, it's possible. And with enough people playing a game, someone is going to hit the low odds of striking out. But if it's happening repeatedly, something is probably up. What are we putting a point into? Swim. Oh, well, that's right. We get a feat at level 9. Were we going to get precision or power attack? Because we don't need any, like, 2-weapon fighting stuff, because we get it for free from Ranger. Alright, so we don't need exotic weapon proficiencies. Oh, we can get improved crit. Alright, so this is going to be where we change weapons. Because we want improved crit slashing, not piercing. So we don't want to be using these daggers. So we're going to have to go to slashing weapons to take advantage of improved crit. So you're not 11. Okay, that's still. Say you ran through twice. That's... Alright, we'll do the actual math. That is a 0.01% chance that you miss 22 times in a row. Alright, so we get 20 health, we get some spell points, and we get 1 to hit and damage. We get 1 more point that we can put somewhere. What is this? Oh, this is the... You get evasion-ish. You get worse evasion. or better, depending, because in theory it should include traps that don't have a reflex save. Math! Yeah. On the other hand, it is very, very easy math if you want to, like, know how to do it. If you're looking for the odds that you will miss a chance, like, so many times in a row, you invert it and then just raise it to that power. So it's just like, how many times can I miss a 1 in 3 chance in a row? That's the same odds as hitting a 2 in 3 chance that many times in a row. So you just multiply 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3 as many times as you want to do. So I just typed it into Google, and Google told me the answer. Alright, so I have a wolf. It is probably useless, but we will see. What is this anyway? Oh, that's right. We get the sneak dice. And we need to go to the bank, because we need slashing weapons. Well, we need to repair our stuff too. So we'll repair as well. Oh, look, it's a wand vendor. Wand of shield. Thigh. Repair. Repair all that. And then we will drop our daggers back in the bank. Because, well, because we're not using piercing anymore. We're switching back to slashing. So that means we're going to be back to probably nicked. Show me weapons. Weapons. Sword of Shadow. No. Alright. Shared bank account. Show me weapons. Wild Frost. Bloody Cleaver. Yeah, well, it looks like I'll have 1 slashing, 1 piercing. So we will just do it that way then. This is slashing. This is slashing. So we'll put our Midnight Greetings back on our main hand. And we'll keep the Assassin's Kriss in the offhand, because it offers more than the Nicked Scimitar does. Let's just double check the rest of our stuff here, make sure we don't have a... Let's see, I've got rapiers and stuff, but rapiers are piercing. Also piercing? Also piercing. Short sword. Muckbane. Nicked Scimitar we already looked at. Scoundrel's Cutlass. No, not worth it. I mean, it is a scimitar, which has a good crit profile, but... Alright, we'll give it a look. Give it a look. Where is it, though? I mean, I have one. And they're bound to account, so... That's, even if you have one. Excellent. Good for you. It does not particularly help me, but it does mean that you can use it. Alright, so... The Assassin's Kriss is setting at 24... This is setting at 28. So in theory, this is better. So what does it do? It does extra on hit. Like, it's got better crit profile and everything. But the Assassin's Kriss has Deception and Greater Dispelling and Assassinate on it. Alright, so the Assassin's Krisses are just not that good. They get outperformed because they do not get my improved crit. So they get to go back in the bank for when I want to do an Assassination Rogue, because that will definitely use those. Alright, and we'll have to check our bank characters later for the mules for better weapons going forward. I only really grabbed the gear up to like level 6 when I was TRing. Oh, right. We need to put our weapon set back on. You and you. Here we go. And where were we going? We took 9, so we were going to go do a couple level 7s. Like, we're going to do Tear of Takan. Tagan? Dakan. Tear of Dakan. Which is in House B. So we go to B. There's also, like, Taming the Flames, but I really don't want to do Taming the Flames on a character that doesn't have evasion, because it sucks. It just sucks a lot. There's so much fire everywhere. Even when you're trying to pull levers, there's fire everywhere. It's a mess. Oh, I should probably grab the quest first. Alright, open this. And we'll say resist fire, sure. Oh, almost forgot to put on our important Death Ward. And I have a dog with me now, which makes everything better. There we go. That's an interesting question on whether or not there is too much power creep in DDO. There is certainly a lot of power creep, but at the same time, it's kind of balanced out, I guess I'll say, because they keep introducing more character power, and at the same time, they're introducing higher quest difficulty. So I think it balances out. Now, the downside is this does make newer quests harder to run for newer people. So that is definitely a downside. It also means that it makes older quests not as valuable for people with established characters. So those are the downsides. So that I guess it kind of ends up splitting the population a little bit. But on the other hand, I'm not sure what the solution would be, because this is just kind of a standard MMO issue, which is that over time, people need to get stronger. Like when expansions come out and so on and so forth, like there's got to be a new thing. And the new thing is usually some form of power. And in DDO, this comes in a couple forms. Obviously, there are the level cap increases. That's like just a pretty clear one. Stuff that used to be at level cap is no longer at level cap because the cap moved up. And this is very common MMO problem. However, one advantage that DDO has is that when the level cap goes up, the old stuff doesn't stop getting run because people are still reincarnating. So they're still going to go through the somewhat older content. At least some of the time. Some of it is obviously going to fall out of favor. Like, Ravenloft doesn't get run nearly as much as it used to now that there are just so many options for legendary quests. And that's just how that's going to be. You can't keep all content relevant perpetually in a game that's this old. Like, I think DDO does a better job of it than most other games just because of how reincarnation works. But there is a limit to how much content can be relevant at any one time. And let's see. Back to the question. Is it too much? It's hard to say. One other advantage is that I'm basically speaking of power creep in the context of the same, like, different quests on the same difficulty. But even back in the day, they had quests that were harder than others. the old extreme difficulty or extreme challenge quests. So even though like Myth Draenor is, we'll say, harder than Feywild at an equivalent level, if you're a newer player, well, this might just mean that, okay, so you're going to run Feywild on Elite, and you're going to run Myth Draenor on Hard. So because DDO has so much flexibility in letting you tune how difficult you want it to be. Oh, so I have the combat log open because I was looking to check for sneak attack procs. One moment. Rawl's Wrath. Acquired trait. Well, I am not lawful and I don't have that much UMD. But that is an interesting one. Absolute Law and Greater Cold Resistance. No thank you. But thank you for offering.
A pipe waits at the end of this hall, presumably descending further into the depths.
So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, because you can kind of just choose what difficulty you want to run, I don't think it's that big of a problem, because at the end of the day, the game is about having fun, because that is its very nature by being a game. And if fun for you is taking your overpowered character and just absolutely annihilating everything, you can take your full completionist into quests on normal, and you can do that. If your thing is like, what's fun for you is you want to like push and see how hard you can run, well, you don't have to level on R1. You can level on R6, or however high you think you can go. Or you don't have to be TRing at all. You can stay at cap and see what you can do about optimizing gear and doing like Reaper solos or something. So because there are so many different ways to play the game at different power levels, I don't really think it's a problem. But you're right, there are very few items these days that are unbound. Well, named items, of course. The random generated loot is, of course, still unbound. So, yeah, I think that's where I come down on the power creep thing, is that because players can really choose what difficulty they're playing on to suit how hard they want it to be, I think it's good that there is a variety of difficulties, that you can play full power creep, like, as hard as it gets, or you can just not. And both ways will work. Now, granted, some ways are more optimal if you're, say, whether it's for farming gear, whether it's for getting past lives. Obviously, it is faster to level R1 than it is to level on normal, and it's also faster to level on R1 than it is to level on R10. Excepting if you have, like, just a ridiculously stacked group that cuts through R10s like most people would get through R1s, in which case, you don't need my opinion. Oh, yep, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for your subscription, and I hope to see you around. Thursday will be our next scheduled stream, though of course I do always reserve the right to just randomly stream, though random streams will be likely other games. We'll see if I want to, like, reattempt to do League Ranked or things like that. Alright, we are getting a little low on health, which is fine. Okay, and you do actually have to kill this guy. I have made the mistake of going to the end of this quest and not killing this guy. He is required. Oh look, a Carnage Reaper. Oh look, it's a Carnage Reaper hitting me for a lot. Alright. We're gonna go this way. Now the only objective we have left is killing the final boss. But I will, as is tradition, grab the easiest of the tiers. Or the shards for the tiers. Because it's just right here. Alright. Kill that dude. Ignore the archers. And we are going to shrine, just in case. Like, because these guys do trip and everything. So it's entirely possible that we die on the end fight. So we're going to get a little bit of extra health before we go there. What do you mean camp more than one at a time? Do I get a resurrect? I do probably get a resurrect, don't I? Oh well. Alright. We will buff ourselves, including Death Ward. And continue healing a little bit. We'll give ourselves protection from fire, because why not? And heal ourselves. And now we'll just heal ourselves a little bit more as we run. As we immediately get, like, actually hit for damage. It's fine, though. Alright, this is like one more fight. Wait, where's the Fear Reaper? There it is. Hello. Go. A little bit more touch-up healing. There we go. Okay. And there we go. 22k XP. I mean, it's a little bit longer, of course, but... Let's see. That. And then I think our last quest for the night is going to be Gwyland's. Another bit longer quest, but that's just fine. We should be able to easily get it done before they try to interrupt us with ads again. Because the wait.
Broken barrels and tracks lead directly into the cave ahead.
Maybe not as easily. I was looking at the wrong timer, but still probably easily.
Smelling of stagnant water and decay. Mushrooms line the floors.
I think we can clear this in 17 minutes.
Ahead, rust monsters
although technically, that is counting as that is counting using our snooze. But it's fine. It's the last quest of the night. We can use as many snoozes as we want. And because we've wait, did we get our full selection of snoozes back because we disconnected and reconnected? Or did we get them back because, like, you get one back per hour? Maybe that needs testing. Because I think they do regenerate over time. But if you could just, like, totally cheese it and be like, hey, we're gonna bounce stream, we're just gonna disconnect for a second, like, we're gonna go old school FPS cheaters with a lag switch.
Collected 8 cylinders hidden by House Fjarland.
It's just like, oh, oops, I disconnected so that I could have,
Rust monsters
you know,
called a
more
head
snoozes for my ads. Although you really don't want to be snoozing them all the time. Ideally, you just time them perfectly right, so they all happen right on time, but also don't interrupt the gameplay, which is the trick. I mean, of course, you can just, like, let them play during gameplay, but I don't know, I don't like to do that. I think it's better for everyone to take a little break. It helps me, like, you know, stand up, stretch my legs, so I'm not just, like, sitting here for 4 hours in a row. Like, it's just healthier for everyone to be like, hey, let's stand up and act like normal people for a moment, shall we? Yes. Competent adulthood. Amazing. Alright, we don't care about that chest, we don't care about killing those dudes, we don't care about killing those dudes. We're gonna run right straight over here to this Carnage Reaper. Hello, Carnage Reaper. That hurt a little bit. Probably because I'm in the middle of a bunch of trolls, and trolls hit hard. Especially the champion ones. Adulthood. Yeah, I know. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone. Some people don't, but ideally, we would want it to happen to everyone. And we'll do traps in this one. Because there's a break-even point on traps. Like, is it worth stopping to do traps in this quest? Like, it's only like a 4-minute quest and blah blah blah, but it's like, but in this case, because the quest is a little longer, the relative amount of time spent doing traps for the amount that you can get back, I think ends up with us on the positive end of things. Probably. I haven't tested it. I'm just doing it because that's kind of what feels right.
A ramp continues down into the ruins.
I should probably shrine just for sprint boosts in this quest.
Arafel prepares his elves for an assault against you. The Yardir, Arafel, a ranger with House Thorani, all dead.
Alright, kill you. I don't know where the boxes are in here, though. So we have to actually search for them. I'm too spoiled by playing so many Inquisitive lives with the auto search.
Maneater grunts and lowers his head before bellowing a command to his troops. Attack! Maneater falls dead. You have slain a member of the mercenary company hired by House Thorani.
Oh, this is not just a click on, it's a cast.
The gray powder into the, your eyes sting as you pour the gray powder into the Thorani supply crates.
Alright. Off we go. Sprint boosting again. So many. It's a very lengthy quest. But it's fine. I think it's worth the time spent to hit the shrine so that we can actually get our sprint boosts back. I think there's a shrine right here, is there? Or is it just guys? Just guys. Go. Alright, Mark of Law hurts. Okay. Yes, I see it. Alright. Where's the box, though? Maybe. Okay. Are there any boxes up here? I only came up here because I thought there would be boxes. Because I know this is a trapped chest. Okay. Fine. Well, no shrine, so no sprint boosts. But there is a shrine, like, right there. We'll drop down onto it later, after we do this section. Stop that. There we go.
You hear the sound of wood being dragged
I think there are a bunch of traps in this section too. I forget which of the little sections has like
across the
all the
valley
frost
is
traps
busily
on it.
excavating the ruins. The ramp continues to a landing before turning sharply and passing out of sight. Signs of patrols
However,
have
this
been
is one of those quests
descent.
that benefits a lot from the Reaper healing bug. That it's not really an exploit if you literally have to do it to progress the quest. And if you're not familiar with the bug I'm talking about, if you're in Reaper and you go through a teleporter of any sort, like the door to here where you have to load in, you get healed for an amount equal to your Reaper health. So
Your eyes sting as you pour the gray powder into the Thorani supply.
we get healed for a pretty significant amount just by entering the different sections of the quest, whether we want to or not. Okay.
You have slain a member of the mercenary.
Alright, so we got our channel off on that one. Oh, that's right, there are shrines in here. Forgot about that. Excellent. So we can use haste boosts on our way out. Or sprint boost, rather. Haste boost is attack. Or attack speed, specifically. Right. I think it gave me the thing over here for where the box is. No?
Your eyes sting as you pour the gray powder into the Thorani supply crates.
Okay. There it is. Stop with the Bane damage. Alright, we can sprint boost all the way out. Oh, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna say that's Eddie Riz. And you've just got that sort of Venom appeal to you. An Eddie Brock Riz, shall we say. Which, funny enough, puts us at the auto-updated follower goal of 120. Which we keep... I know we've bounced to and from a few times as you get occasional, like, bots that follow, and when the bots get removed or whatnot, the follow count, like, drops back down by 1. So it just kind of bounces up and down a couple times. Which is kind of funny that that's how it works. But it is. But yes, welcome in. Glad to have you.
Sirapox is dead. You have slain
More
a
supply
mercenary.
crates.
Your eyes sting as you pour the gray powder into the Thorani supply crates.
And down we go. Oh, I still had Growing Storm on me. That's nice. Honestly, I could probably take my points out of Growing Storm. It's not that necessary. Like, it's kind of overkill every time I use it. It's like, I don't need it to kill anything. Alright, Is there a box over here? There it is. We hide around the corner so we don't get knocked down. There we go. What are we at? Tamper bonus. So we still need a couple more. Once we get enough that we have the full bonus, we're just gonna not disarm traps. We'll run through them like we normally would. There we go. Oh, I was gonna hit sprint boost again, but it's not off cooldown yet. Unfortunate for us. Yep, because we have a load screen. Look, we're at full health again. Because that's just how that works for some reason.
Welcoming party defeated. You find that this supply site is well fortified. Reason dictates.
Yeah, this is the one with all of the frost traps. And this is where I hope that I didn't mess up and miss one of the supply crates. Because if I have to backtrack to try to figure out which one I missed, it's gonna be a while. Oh, this time the thing's on this side. Neutralization, okay. Getting closer, getting closer. Okay. Kill 2 more. Okay. Stop circling around me. I did sneak attack him though, so that's good.
Zared Mightyhoof glares down at you and prepares to charge.
Hey, we did get knocked down. Maybe we should kill the priest because it's healing people.
Zared Mightyhoof, the mercenary leader, is dead.
Yeah, some of these guys actually hurt a decent amount. Which, of course, since we were talking about difficulty earlier, you can easily get around by, like, not running straight into the middle of everything. Like, I can play kind of dumb because I have the power creep of having a lot of lives on the character. If you don't have the lives, then, you know, you stand in that hallway over there and you try to fight only a few at once.
Your eyes sting as you pour the gray powder into
Alright.
brownie supply crates.
23 in 14 minutes. So it's a big chunk of XP, but it does take a bit. But again, it's one that if you have a party, you can split 3 ways and get it done in, well, not quite a third of the time, but maybe half the time. And do we have any points to spend? We have 1 point to spend. We will put it here. For 1 sneak dice. For 1 point. The best rate on sneak dice possible. Then, as I said, that was our last quest. Let's see who we have available to raid, shall we? It looks like... Well, the people who have a decent chunk of viewers on have things like tags focus mode, so they're probably a little bit, let's say, focused. I don't recognize this person, but we'll give them a shot because they are doing skull lanterns on Cormyr. And they are apparently blurry because they have low internet speeds, but that is fine. DDO works just fine at low resolutions. So I'm going to toss y'all over to Harley Freebird because, well, DDO does attract a slightly older crowd. Okay, I needed to copy just the name. Alright, so we're going to toss y'all over to Harley Freebird. And that'll do for tonight. Our next stream is Thursday. Thank you everyone for stopping by, for chatting, for lurking, for following, for subscribing, and for doing any of those things. Of course, if you have not done those things, that is fine too. If you want to follow again without having to remember Thursday, you can follow and get a notification and all that good stuff. But I will see y'all again on Thursday. Thank you again. And let's see. We have a raid countdown. 3, 2, 1, and good night.